A couple of days ago, one of our co-workers walked up to me and he says, this belonged to my dad. He's long deceased and it sat in our garage for years and years, or in my mother's garage. It's a Heathkit multimeter, and I was wondering if you'd like to have it. He says, no good to me. I said, well, of course I want to have it. This is the IM17, I believe is what it's called. And I thought that was pretty cool. I said, yeah, I'll take that. I like this kind of stuff. Anything that says Heathkit on it's got my immediate attention, you know. Unfortunately, look what's floating around inside the gauge here. A couple of screws. This is interesting, huh? But, you know, the knob does work. And it does have the probes. And since it's been sitting around in his mother's garage for years, since his dad died, you can bet the batteries inside are in rough shape. Let's see if we can get it out of here. This is one of these, let me get it down close. The IM17 was not screwed in. It was held in with these, the way they got it wedged underneath the plastic here, and the same way over here, and then they wedged it down here behind those plastic bumps. So it's actually just basically wedged in there, so all I have to do is figure out a way to get this back up here a little bit. I need to get this thing lifted up here, and then pull it back out from underneath here, and we can open it up and flip it over. So let's see if I can get that done. Well, it wasn't so easy. It had been in there for a number of years. I did get it finally loose with the help of a little flat tip screwdriver. Let's see what the bottom has to say. Oh, that's not looking so good. Ooh, that's looking even worse. Oh, jeez, look at those batteries. Holy mackerel. Man, I'm going to have to get some scissors and cut those babies. Look at that. That's what happens when you leave. That looks better this way. That's what happens when you leave them old batteries in there. Holy mackerel. I'm gonna snip those babies out of there and toss them out now. Well, believe it or not, this meter can still be salvaged. Let me see how secure these are. Oh, that's real nice. Look at that. It just came right off in my hand. Let's see what these other ones will do here. Oh, man, look at that. Oh, this is horrible. Well, that's alright. It can still be salvaged. It's just going to take a lot of cleaning up, and then we'll have something to work with. So that's an upcoming project. It's a small little thing. I might be able to work on it in my spare time. You're right. Well, I removed all the pieces already. I decided I might as well get rid of them now. This is the remnants of it. All rusted to pieces. Oh, boy. Well, I'll come up with some kind of plastic battery holder and put on that. It'll work. Anyway, let's get rid of this junk. Put the guts back in. And take a look at our next little item that I received. Another little item that was given to me is this Garrard turntable from around 1962, I guess. It's the Laboratory Series A70. Laboratory Series A70. Anyway, it's kind of neat, I think. It also belonged to the guy's dad, and had been sitting around for a long time. Came in the original box that he bought it in. He paid $80 for it. It's on the other side of the box. That's what it cost. Man, this is a British-made unit, and this turntable here is solid metal underneath this rubber mat. Really heavy, solid thing. And I'm kind of I don't know much about turntables. I don't have a whole lot of interest in turntables, but still, I'm going to try to get this thing functional. It does have the needle in it. You know, nowadays they say stylus and needle and all that crap. I grew up and it was called a needle, and that was it. Cartridge and needle. That's what I knew it as. Anyway, interesting little factoid about Garrard. Garrard and Company in 1721 was appointed the Crown Jewelers of London, England. That company was, and they were responsible for the care and the maintenance of the British crown jewels and the royal crown itself. And then, you know, since 1721, it became a turntable manufacturer. It's no longer in business. They sold out to someone else. But Anyway, I told him I'd take it, and it has, you know, the 45 adapter and one of these here for LPs. And it also has this little package in there in the box. I don't know if it goes to this or not, but it looks like something to do with a cartridge. I think it's cartridge screws for putting these cartridges on. And these are some black screws there. I'm not 100% sure, but these look like little spacers that are used for that. We'll see if we can't get it going later. It has the old power cord, and I think in the back it has a couple of channel cords. So that's another little gift item I received. I thought that was nice of the person to hand it over. And here's our third gift from our good subscriber, Ron C. Wouldn't you know it? He contacted me by email and said, John, I have a retirement gift coming your way, you know, for your impending retirement. Well, won't this be a revolting development if the last second I decide not to retire? But that's really not going to happen. Just for everybody's edification, I went in and saw the ladies in the Human Resources Department. And right now, as of today, which is the 19th of April, my retirement date will be the 31st of May, which is on a Wednesday. That'll be the last day that I work. So the 1st of June, I'll be a free man. For how long, I don't know. Anyway, this package arrived finally, and 42 pounds. I contacted Ron. I said, about gave me a hernia just getting it in the house. So we're going to go ahead and open this baby up, and then we'll go ahead and see what's in it. So let me do, bit by bit here. Well, we're getting there. So far, so good. This thing has been really packed well. We'll go ahead and keep tearing and ripping. God. Well, I'm tired and I'm still struggling. I don't think Houdini could have gotten this thing out in less than half an hour. Alright, I think I finally got enough of the flaps cut down. Maybe we can pull the top off now. Yeah, finally. Alright, I give up. What is that? I don't know. We'll set that off to the side. Oh, it's part of a power plug with built-in fuses. Hey, you know, I've never seen one of these up close. Hey guys, all you newbie types out there, this was one of the old-fashioned type plugs that had built-in fuses. And obviously these fuses had blown. Look what they did. I gotta get this. It's electrical, whatever it is. Check this out. They took tin foil and wrapped around the fuses. You know, that's an old trick. Did it years ago. Did it in my car and everything. But I've never seen one of these plugs up close that had the fuses in them. Well, that's cool. Let's find out what the rest of it is. It's silver, whatever it is. Ron, this had better not cost you a lot of money, my friend. Okay, here we go. Let's get it all the way off. Something else is falling out. I guess it's just foam rubber. We're going to have to flip this baby the other way around. Ron C., you are a very bad boy. I can't remember. I must have commented in one of the comments on one of the videos or something that I always wanted an SX43 by Hallicrafters and never did get one. It's kind of interesting. When I first hunted for my first boat anchor, I was on the Antique Radio Forum and I was asking people about the various boat anchors, and I said, geez, I'd like to get an SX43 from Hallicrafters. They look really neat, be a really cool radio. And I was Kurt Reed, who's deceased now, he jumped up and said, no, John, you don't really want a Hallicrafters SX43. For your first boat anchor, you want a Hammerlin HQ129X. Go for that. Well, I got very fortunate. You know, I was still salivated over the SX43, but I went ahead and followed his advice. I said, well, I'll pick up a 43 later. Now that's been, what, 10 years almost gone by almost. Anyway, I managed to I got real lucky. I picked up an HQ 129X Hammerlin from a fellow in Florida I got it for $36, which was a very, very good price. And it was a bid auction too, which amazed me on eBay. I got it for 36 bucks. And then later on picked up the speaker for 38, I think it was. So I got a really good deal on that whole boat anchor setup. But I never did get an SX43. And I must have mentioned it, or it seems I did now that I commented. I answered so many comments I can't remember. And of course Ron picked up on that. I am not going to say another word about anything that I ever want again. I know this was just the shipping alone on this 42-pound booger. It must have been astronomical. Holy mackerel! This is really cool. I didn't tell you the honest truth. I thought I'd never own one. Maybe later on in life, just before I croak. Oh, jeez, Ron, you shouldn't have done this. Let's take a look on the inside. The lid opens up just like it does on the Hammerlin, only the Hammerlin's flat. Doesn't have any curved sides. Well, how about that? Boy, you can tell. Excuse me. You can tell this baby's had some use. Look at that. That was caused by this tube right here and this one right here. I have no idea what they are. But at least the power transformer's there. The choke is there. It looks like a new filter cap, or not an original. It's a Sprague. Everything else looks to be okay. Back up here a little bit. This is going to be really interesting. I don't know, there's some writing on the top of that. I don't know what that means. Oh, it says okay. But, you know, repairmen used to do that all the time. There's another okay down there. They did that a lot in the repair shops, or maybe the operator himself. Let's take a look at the front here. See what the knobs are. This is really neat. You're still bad, Ron. We got CW, AM with an AVC, FM, and a phono. Sensitivity, crystal phasing, which is cool. We got a pitch for the CW, high or low pitch, however you like listening to when you do your Morse code. And then the volume selectivity is broad or narrow bands, or narrows it down and makes it sharp on the crystal, or you can just put it in a normal position. Band spread works okay. Tuner's not working. And of course your band selector. And headphones, tone, high and low, standby and receive for when you're transmitting. And of course a noise limiter, which is this last one underneath that knob. I don't think this is original knob, and this one may not be original either. I've got to check it out, and we can find these knobs with no problem. I think they all sort of look like this, maybe. I can't remember. It's been so long since I looked at one. You'd think I'd know a lot more about this, since that was my first choice for boat anchor. Let's go back up here and let me see this. Nothing's happening there. Let's find out what's going on. Maybe we got a broken string here. Let's take a look here. Nope, the string is there. That's it right there. You can see the black string. If I can get my finger in the camera here. That's the string right there. Goes over to the tuner. Let me see the tuner. Yeah, I see the problem already. The tuner is jammed. The tuner's probably been stuck like that for a long time. And the string is just slipping. Can't move the tuner. We can fix that. That's not a problem. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. You now see what we've got. Oh, this is going to be a fun project. This is going to be a real fun project. I cannot wait. I may have to work on this at the same time we work on our big project coming up. Oh, man. Ron, what am I going to do with you? I swear. Now, you know, I sent him a radio not too long ago, and he said, I feel guilty for taking this radio. Why? Well, here I sit in the same position. I feel guilty for taking this radio. Okay, there's definitely going to be more on this, and I need to contact Ron right now and give him a big thank you. I was going to end the video, but then I decided, you know, nah, that wouldn't be fair to the guys. Let me go ahead and take the chassis out of this SX43 and show them the bottom. Well, look what I found. All kinds of orange drops, which are much, much better capacitors, supposedly, than the yellow ones. I've never bought the orange drops because they're too expensive. I've never had any problem with the yellow ones. They work fine. Other people wouldn't touch the yellow ones, but like I said, I've never had any difficulty with them. Anyway, this has all been done by someone in the past. They did a fairly good job. I like the way they soldered it. I think they might have, they didn't put overly, they didn't over solder it, put too much solder on it. I don't like the way they wound the lead around the terminal. Yeah, it wasn't necessary. They could have put it in and just sort of brought it halfway around. You don't need to wrap it around all the way. Not necessary. And but still, it's a very good job. And I like the fact that they didn't use too much solder on the solder joints. This radio is missing a 6V6 and a rectifier 5Y3, which I might have. And if that's the case, I'll bet I could plug those tubes in there and this thing would probably fire up. Then again, maybe not. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe after they got done recapping it and everything, it didn't work anymore. They just said they were tired of putting money into it, and that was the end of it. You never know when you get these things, but it's still nice to see these orange caps in there. By the way, this orange cap right here has writing on it. This is a very thoughtful thing by whoever did this. It says 600. Let me get it down here where I can focus in on it. Come on, baby. Where are you? All right. Let me see. There it is. It says 600 volts. And then you go to the other side, and it says 0.05. Apparently this orange cap came without any labels on it, so they went ahead and made sure that whoever, like a guy like me, who opened up the chassis again, would see that. Very thoughtful. Good tech would do that. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm going to put those tubes in, but I need a 500 ohm speaker. I guess I'm going to have to look around eBay and try to pick one up. This takes a 500 ohm speaker. The original speakers were 500 ohms and a permanent magnet, so maybe I can come up with one. Well, as I thought, there was a 500 ohm speaker for sale on eBay. Unfortunately, it's a field coil speaker, no good. I need a permanent magnet speaker. This is the style or the type of speaker that came with the SX43. This is not the exact matching speaker, but it would work real fine. It's R42. It is a 500 ohm speaker, and that's what they look like. Just like that. I thought that's a pretty cool speaker right there. I'll probably have to look around, but this guy's asking a crazy price. What, $149? Check this out. He wants $149. He wants 150 bucks, and then he wants $91 shipping. Yeah, right. I don't think so. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed looking at the bottom of that thing. And one more time, thanks to Ron C., our good subscriber. He shouldn't have done it, but he went ahead and did it. So we appreciate it. I probably should give that boy, I think I'll end this video on a shout out to that boy. He deserves a shout out for what he did, and he won't let me split the cost with him. I told him it cost too much and everything. He won't cooperate in that area. We'll have to figure out something else, I guess. Anyway, shout out to Ron C.